few people. As you can see, I've got my leathers on today. I've had a few people saying over the past few weeks how much of a nutter I am for doing these vlogs and not wearing my gear, so I thought today I just proved that I do have the gear and I do normally wear it. So I put it on today for this vlog. Come on, mate. Today what I want to talk about is learners and beginner riders. I suppose as a learner there's a lot of mistakes that people make when they get into biking. Quite a few actually. I don't confess to being the world's greatest rider, but one thing I have been in my life in the past is a beginner rider, or a learner rider should we say. And some of the mistakes I've made as a learner, I think I can probably share with you guys so that you can sort of understand what's he doing. And I suppose a few of you will have done the same mistakes yourselves, so I'll probably call it the top 5 mistakes that any beginner rider makes. Now the first one, what I would say as a beginner, is moving the bike around when you're not sat on it. I mean, so say getting it out the shed or just turning it around. But when you're pushing the bike, how many beginners or how many people who've had bikes in the past have dropped them? It's so easy to do. I mean, they're a heavy piece of equipment, and when you're trying to turn or push it around or move about while pushing it, the chances are you're going to overbalance and drop it. I know so many people have done it. I haven't done this as a matter of fact, but a lot of my mates have and damaged the bike. Now one suggestion I can make to you when you want to move the bike around is to get on it. If you can physically get on the bike when you're moving it, I know it isn't always possible, but actually get on it and sit on it while you're moving it around. The reason being, you can put a leg on each side of the tank. If you overbalance, you can get a leg down, and the chances are you're not going to drop the bike. When pushing it, it only takes you to sort of lose your balance, and if that bike starts to go over, there ain't no way, especially if it's a big bike, that you're going to hold it up. Not a chance. So that's one of the first things I'll say as a beginner, what you need to be sure of. I'm going to go around this scooter in a minute. So yeah, that's one of the first things I'd say. Okay, the second one I'll say for a beginner rider, and what a lot of beginners do, is they ride too fast. I mean, just because you've passed your test and you've got a big bike doesn't mean you need to ride around like Valentino Rossi on it. And a lot of beginners are beginners for a reason. They've just passed the test, so why on earth would you want to start riding around on 30 mile an hour roads at 80 mile an hour? Yeah, you might be on a bike, you might be on a fast bike, but you're a new rider. Use your head. It's not worth that extra couple of minutes getting to the other, wherever you're trying to get to, than putting yourself in an edge or dropping it and having to fork out a load of money to put it right, or maybe worse so, seriously injuring yourself. I mean, as a new rider, just enjoy it. Just enjoy yourself. Ride to what you're capable of riding. There's no reason. Look, if I wanted to now, I could go past these cars. I don't want to, because I don't need to. I'm enjoying the ride. It's a lovely day. I'm happy to just sit here and get past. See, if I'd have gone past them cars now and come round this bend, I didn't know these lights were here, I'd have been in the shit basically. But I'm happy to just sit here and enjoy it. So, I mean, as learners, especially if you're new to riding, just chill out on the thing, enjoy it. And when you do get a bit more experience, by all means start going a bit quicker, start overtaking traffic and enjoying it and pushing yourself a bit more, but not in the first few weeks of passing your test. It's not worth it. Just enjoy the ride and soak in the scenery. Enjoy the wind blowing in your face. That's what it's all about. If you want to go and do a track day and go fast, do it on the track. Don't do it on the road. It's not worth it. That's my point of view anyway. So that's another one. Just driving too fast basically. Driving faster than what you're capable of riding at. Stick to what your limits are and don't try and overdo it, and just take your time. Third beginner mistake I tend to notice is cornering. Now don't get me wrong, I'm no superbike rider with knee down and all that. But one thing about cornering is, as you get to a tight corner, you need to be going at the right speed. You don't want to be going too slow, and you definitely don't want to be going too fast, because once you enter that corner, if you touch that front brake while cornering, likelihood is you're going to fall off. You're either going to fall off or you're going to run wide, because as soon as you touch that front brake, the bike wants to stand up. It doesn't want to lean, it doesn't want to go into the corner, it wants to stand itself up. So if it wants to stand itself up, the chances are you're not going to be able to lean it. And if you lock the front wheel up, then you're falling off. It's as simple as that. So all your braking coming into any tight corners needs to be done before the corner, and then you want to be driving round the corner. And I'm not saying accelerating hard round the corner, I'm saying just a smooth throttle round the corner to drive you round it, and as soon as you come out of the apex of the bend, that's when you want to put the power on. A lot of learner riders, and myself included in the past, come to bends a bit like this one, and I'm going too fast and I'm thinking, oh shit, what am I going to do? I'm not going to be able to stop, and I'll grab the front brake before I get to the bend. Now if I grab that front brake on a bend like that as I'm trying to turn, I'm not getting around that bend. I'm going to go in a straight line. I'm going to be either on the wrong side of the road, or I'm going to lock the front wheel, and if I lock that front wheel up, I'm going to be off. There's no way you're staying on a bike if you lock the front wheel up. No way, especially if you're trying to turn, because it'll just go from underneath you. So that's another thing that I would sort of say, another beginner mistake. Now the fourth beginner rider mistake, I would say, is not wearing the correct gear. And I know it sounds rich coming from me, because the last 2 vlogs I've done, I've not been in the correct gear, but I am a bit more experienced now. I've been riding for 6-7 years, so. But as a learner rider, there is absolutely no chance on this earth that I would go out without wearing the right protective equipment. It's just not worth it. At the end of the day, you're a learner, or you're a newly passed rider, and if you only just passed, a lot of your learning is still going to be done on the roads on your own. It's like they all say, when you pass your car driving test, you go out on that road on your own for the first time, you're still learning, and it's exactly the same on a bike. You're still learning. So while you're still learning, and while you're still getting to grips with the bike, and while you still start trying to perfect the art of riding the bike, and cornering and braking and opening the throttle up and really riding the bike like it should be ridden, you want to be wearing the right stuff. Because if you're in jeans and a t-shirt and you get something slightly wrong, and chances are as a learner you are going to get things wrong, you don't want to be hitting that road without the correct equipment on, because it's going to work. And not only is it going to work, you're not going to be riding for a bit either, and you're going to damage your bike. So one of the things I would definitely suggest if you're new to riding is, before you even get on that bike, is make sure you've got some either decent leathers. It have to be leathers, it can be Gore-Tex jacket or pants, definitely bike boots, and a good helmet. Because if you've not, then more fool you, that's what I would say. More fool you. Now the last beginner mistake I was on about was new riders. Now I've done it myself, so I'm not trying to slag anyone off, but when a new rider that tends to pass a test on a bike, they do not look comfortable on a bike. They're kind of stiff, scared of the bike to a degree. Now if you're riding the bike stiff arms, stiff legs, gripping that tank with your legs, you're not in good control of it, are you? You can't really bend it over, you can't throw it around corners, you can't ride it like it's supposed to be ridden. Now when you're on a bike like this, you want to be loose. You want to have a good grip on the throttle and a good grip on the handlebars. You want to have your legs pretty loose on the tank, you don't want to be gripping it. I'm going in a straight line here, I've no reason to grip the tank. You want to be on the balls of your feet on the pegs, especially on a sports bike anyway, and you generally want to be loose. it'll move your head around. You don't want to be stiff gripping the bike, because if you're stiff gripping this bike, how on earth are you going to turn it and throw it around and get it round bends, and you're just not going to enjoy it. I've been there, don't get me wrong, I have been there, and it's not a nice feeling when every time you get to a corner you think, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get round here, especially at junctions when you know you've got to sort of get the throttle right, get the corner right, make sure you're right on your throttle, you don't put too many revs on, as well as make the corner. Junctions are probably the hardest part of learning to ride a bike, especially if you've got a tight left-hand junction or you're crossing over the road to get to the other side. It's not an easy thing to do. It's probably the hardest thing of learning to ride, actually coming out from the side road and getting onto the road and turning at the same time, as well as getting your throttle right. It is probably the hardest thing. But if you're loose on the bike and you're not gripping it like it's going to take off without you, it'll make that cornering a lot easier and a lot less daunting. Best thing to do is to practice. Find a quiet road, probably go out at night when the roads are quiet and try a few junctions. That's what I did when I was learning. But that was the two biggest fears I had as a rider when I first passed my test, was roundabouts and junctions. Especially as I was on a 600, which is a powerful bike, don't get me wrong, it's not a 125, it's got plenty of power there, and I was always scared of putting too many revs on and it taking off, as well as not making the bend. But riding that bit looser and just being confident in your ability makes a hell of a lot of difference. A hell of a lot. I mean, I know riders now, and who've been riding for a good few years, you still ride the bike like it's going to throw them off. They grip onto it like it's some sort of bucking bronco and it's going to throw them off. Just take your time, make sure you've got a good solid grip of it, but be loose. Keep your arms loose, keep your shoulders loose. At the end of the day, you're in control of that bike, nobody else. It's only going to do what you want it to do. It's not going to do anything unexpected. You're riding it, you're controlling it, so at the end of the day, you're in control of the bike, you make it do what you want it to do. It's not going to do anything that you don't expect it to do. And enjoy it. More than anything else, enjoy it. A lot of people seem like they're under pressure to be able to ride fast, to be able to corner fast, to be able to overtake cars. I mean, in the whole part of this video that I've just done, I don't think I've overtook a car yet, but I'm still enjoying it. I'm still enjoying the ride. I still had a bit of fun when I've opened it up a bit. It's not all about going fast. Just enjoy yourselves on it. And that's all I've really got to say. Going to my mate's house. I'm going to have a brew with him. It's 1 o'clock now. My mate's here actually. Right on cue. Smile for the camera, Goffy. Okay people, short but sweet. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.